Hey guys, I am in a little bit of a different place today for the BeFIT 10 and 10. So welcome back. It's Wednesday, so we know that's BeFIT 10 and 10 day, 10 exercises or 10 moves in 10 minutes. So I'm going to zoom out here in a minute. I'm actually on the treadmill. So you're going to be able to do this on a treadmill. If you don't have a treadmill, you can do it out walking about in town, or you can kind of walk in place at home. But a lot of people find themselves on the treadmill in the winter here in the Northeast. So I wanted to give you a little variety that you could do. You could even use this if you're a runner and you do like to be on the treadmill. You could use this as a warm-up. If you want to just walk on the treadmill, you could kind of space this out throughout your walk, or you could just do it the whole time. But I get kind of bored on the treadmill, so I always like to try to find different things to do. So I'm going to get this started. I'm going to put it at about like 2.5 to start. And what I'm going to do is just take some long strides. Okay, I'm going for length here. So I'm going to do about a minute of some weird looking strides on the treadmill. So we'll go these long ones. I'm going to do some crossovers. Okay, and it doesn't have to be an extreme crossover. If I had some stilettos on, I'd be, looking pretty good going down the runway right now. Absolutely. So now I'm just doing a few crossovers, just get those hips warmed up. I'm going to go back to some long ones. I'm going to hang on because I don't want to fall off. Okay, about 10 more seconds here, so I'm going to cross over again. There we go. And that's the first minute. How easy is that? All right, I'm going to speed it up to about 3. You can go at your own pace, but I forgot to tell you, I have a little bit of a weight here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and reach way up high. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. But as I'm walking, I can go at any pace here that feels good to me. I'll speed it up a little bit. Always add a little incline if you feel like adding a little incline. I got about a 6-pound weight today, so that was 30 seconds on one side. We'll do 30 seconds on the other side. Beautiful. I hope Nicole doesn't get upset with me for taking her treadmill. It's not Treadmill Tuesday, and I'm definitely not going to be as funny and inspiring as she usually is on Treadmill Tuesday. I'm just going to show you what I do so I don't get too bored on the treadmill. There we go. So that's a whole minute. So next one, I'm going to go ahead, have the weight at my shoulder. I'm going to open it up and come back. So I'm reaching up, opening, and coming back. Walking the whole time. Up, open, come back down. Now, I do things like this, walking outside, which again is why my daughters refuse to go on walks with me. So that was 30 seconds on that side. Now we're going here. Just keeping it, it's not going below my shoulder, keeping it at my shoulder. Turn, come up, bring it right back down. There we go. So you want to grab a weight for these that you feel pretty comfortable, you can definitely go overhead with, but you want it to be a little bit of a challenge too. Got about 5 more seconds of that one. Good, okay? Now we're going to drop the weight all together. I'm going to get along the guardrails of the treadmill and do a few push-ups. So, if you're outside, you could grab a tree or a bench or whatever you find and just take yourself through some push-ups. You could do it against a wall. Doesn't matter, okay? But I'm going to do a whole minute of these little push-ups. And when I do these, I like to make sure that my body's nice and straight. Kind of clench, kind of squeeze your thigh muscles and your butt muscles a little bit when you do that. And we got about 10 more seconds of that, so we'll keep going. Excellent. Okay, time to grab the weight again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have this in my hand, both ends like this, and you'd be surprised how hard this gets after a minute. I've got my hands up as high as I can keep them in the air, and I'm just walking. So, picture yourself doing this outside. If you do, send me a picture. I want to see what it looks like. But what I love about this is it just gets your upper back extended. You cannot be hunched if your arms are held over your head like this. So you could do this with or without a weight. Sometimes I do this without a weight, and I'm always surprised at how hard it is at the end of the minute. Got a few more seconds here. Beautiful. Okay, next one. I'm gonna stand back far enough so I don't hit the edge there, but just a nice straight elbow coming way up high. Still walking. I can definitely tell my heart rate's going up. I suppose if you don't have a treadmill and you don't want to do this outside, just walk in place, march in place, keep your legs moving while you're doing this. I'm going to do a whole minute on this arm because I love what this does to the muscles around the shoulder blade and the upper back. That back where we tend to slouch, gotta come away from that. This is a great move, whether you're walking on the treadmill or not. And you can always do this without a weight. You don't need a weight, but grab one if you got one, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do a whole minute on that other side. Just got my elbow straight, going right up in the air. Nice. This morning I was reading a book about healthcare, about the waste in healthcare. And one of the things that always really strikes me about our healthcare debate, I know you don't want to talk about that while you're exercising, it won't be long, don't worry, is that we always talk about funding of healthcare, which is important, but we don't talk about wasteful spending and what we can do as a society to help ourselves. And different lifestyle choices, they do save money, they do save time, and they save us a lot of heartache and discomfort down the road. All right, that's it for that. I won't keep talking about that. Okay, next one, I'm gonna get into that sort of plank position again, and I'm gonna do a row. Okay, so I'm just on the outside of I'm on the rails of the treadmill, reaching right down and pulling it right back up. If you had a weight bench, you could do this on a weight bench. You can always do it on the floor too, but I like being raised up a little bit because I can do more repetitions and I can really get the full motion through my upper back and my shoulder blades. So if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of discussion about shoulder blades today, and that is because we sort of forget when we have hip pain, knee pain, back pain, maybe when we're walking, we don't think about the damage that forward posture and those weak shoulders. I switched sides, by the way. So now I'm balancing on the other arm and I'm doing my rows this way. How moving the arms while you're walking can miraculously relieve a lot of hip and knee pain. Believe me, I have seen it over and over and over with my clients. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing these rows. I've got about 20 seconds left. So I'm in kind of a, propped up plank position, reaching down, rowing it out, baby. We got about 15 more seconds here. I can definitely feel some core stuff happening. The whole point of all these is that everything works together. The more we move, the better we feel. All right, we've got 1 minute left, okay? And all I'm gonna do for this last minute, I'm gonna do a little bicep curl on this side, but when I do that, I take it all the way back, like I'm like getting ready to do a really awkward bowling move. But that way, gets all that length loaded up through the bicep. And you can see my other shoulder, when I bring that back, I'm taking my other shoulder forward. When I curl it up, my other shoulder's coming back, okay? So also by bringing it back like this, you get a good tricep workout too. All right, I switch sides. And maybe you can see the angle here a little bit better, what I was talking about. So when I bring that back, that shoulder comes forward. When I curl it up, my other shoulder comes back. Hi, Dot. Finishing the 10 and 10 this week. There we go, guys. All right. So there's your 10 and 10 from the treadmill. Just give you a little workout if you just want to get a little weight training in, a little strengthening in while you're walking on the treadmill. Give this a try. All right, guys. See you next time.